Hey players, welcome back to KT Gaming, your go-to channel for everything gaming and tech, and your favorite one at that. Today, I'm diving into a topic that's bound to stir up some debate. Why Recon Wildlands is still considered the best open world third-person story mode game of all time, even in 2024. While some might argue that newer games have surpassed it, I'm here to make the case for why Wildlands not only stands the test of time, but also why it outshines many of today's so-called open world masterpieces. If you think Wildlands is just another outdated shooter, think again. There's more to this game than meets the eye. Let me shoot right into it. First off, let's talk about the open world of Recon Wildlands. Released back in 2017, the game was lauded for its expansive, diverse environments. From dense jungles to sprawling deserts, the game's fictional version of Bolivia was both massive and incredibly detailed. Now, in 2024, we've seen countless open world games come and go, yet few have managed to capture the same level of environmental storytelling and player immersion as Wildlands. Here's the controversial take. Despite the advances in technology and graphics, many newer open world games feel empty or overly repetitive. Wildlands, on the other hand, offers a world that feels alive, where every region has its own unique challenges and atmosphere. Modern games might look prettier, but Wildlands nails the balance between aesthetics and gameplay utility, making every inch of the map feel purposeful. Let's move on to the co-op experience. Recon Wildlands was a game built with co-op in mind, and it is still one of the best in the genre. The drop-in, drop-out system, the tactical freedom, and the sheer fun of coordinating with friends to take down Santa Blanca cartel, it's an experience that few games have been able to replicate. And I'm speaking from experience, guys. Now let's get even more controversial here. Modern games are killing co-op. Sure, you have games like Destiny 2 or The Division 2, but they've turned co-op into a grindy, loot-focused affair that often feels like a chore. Wildlands offers pure, unfiltered co-op fun where the focus is on the mission, the strategy and satisfaction of a job well done. In 2024, it is rare to find a game that offers such a rewarding co-op experience without bogging it down with microtransactions, battle passes, or endless gear grinding. Now, let me talk about the story. Recon Wildlands isn't just a mindless shooter, it has a compelling narrative that drives the action. You're taking down a drug cartel, but it is not just about pulling the trigger. There's a moral complexity to the missions, and the characters you meet along the way add layers to the story that keep you engaged from start to finish. Here's where the controversy comes in. Have modern games gone softer through storytelling? Today's open world games often prioritize flashy graphics and massive maps over a cohesive narrative. We've seen games that promise epic stories but deliver fragmented, incoherent plots that leave players scratching their heads. Wildlands, by contrast, tells a straightforward, gripping story that doesn't lose sight of its main objective. It is proof that you don't need to overcomplicate a narrative to make it compelling. Another reason Wildlands remains a fan favorite is the continued support from Ubisoft and the active community around it. Unlike some of its successors, Wildlands has seen consistent updates and content drops that kept players engaged long after launch. Even now, the community is thriving, sharing tips, creating custom challenges, and keeping the game alive. But let's be honest, Ubisoft hasn't always hit the mark with its other titles. Games like Recon Breakpoint have been criticized for straying too far from what's made Wildlands great, with an overemphasis on looter-shooter mechanics and less focus on tactical gameplay. The question is, why did Ubisoft move away from what clearly worked so well in Wildlands? The community has been vocal about their preference for the Wildlands formula, yet the company seems intent on pushing new directions that don't resonate as strongly with players. So is Recon Wildlands still the king of open world third-person story games in 2024? I'd argue yes, and here's why. Wildlands offers a complete package that few modern games can match. It's not just about the size of the world, but how the world is used to create a truly engaging experience. The co-op is top-notch, the story is compelling, and the gameplay still holds up incredibly well. In an era where many games are becoming bloated with unnecessary features and microtransactions, Wildlands stands out as a game that knows what it is and executes its vision almost flawlessly. If you are tired of modern open world games that promise everything but deliver little, maybe it's time to revisit Wildlands and see why it is still a benchmark for the genre. In conclusion, Ghost Recon Wildlands may be 7 years old, but it is still a game that can teach today's developers a thing or two about creating an immersive, engaging, and fun open world experience, especially the third person. But what do you guys think? Is Wildlands still the best, or do you believe a newer game has taken the crown? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section, and let's start the debate. And as always players, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more updates and controversial takes on your favorite games. Now players, I personally really enjoyed Wildlands. To this day, it is one of my favorite story mode games, open world and third person game of all time. Like, I don't know, just the world, the combat, the gameplay, the storyline, it's just all so perfect. The side missions even don't get too bland. It's honestly the perfect game. And I honestly think that Ubisoft should go back to its roots with this one, because a lot of fans enjoyed it and now Ubisoft has been getting a lot of hate recently. So I think that they need to work on that for sure. Ubisoft needs to go back to what their fans love, and even other developers too, because you know what? It's true, a lot of open world games nowadays, it's not the same as before in the OG times. Well, not really OG, but in the beginning of the Ghost Recon more, what the fans loved, the developers need to bring. But sir, guys, I have here a Ghost Recon veteran, and he'll tell you everything. What do you think, sir?
To this day, there's nothing like it. Ghost Recon Wildlands is my favorite, hands down.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep gaming and shooting.